Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant stories of the NFL season. Rumors are swirling around a potential trade that could reshape the NFC North, and honestly, it's got Packers fans everywhere buzzing. It's about Jaylon Johnson, the talented cornerback from the Chicago Bears, possibly heading to Green Bay. And if this trade goes through, it might just be the move that propels the Packers deeper into the playoffs, maybe even setting us up for another Super Bowl run in the near future. But let's unpack everything one step at a time because this isn't just another rumor. It could be a game changer for the division and for Green Bay's championship aspirations. Right now, the Bears are in a bit of a tricky spot. Sitting at 4-7, their defense has been leaking points all season, giving up around 26. 5 points per game, which is definitely not what they envisioned coming into the season. Their cap space is also pretty tight, with only about $14 million available, and they're in the middle of a rebuild after Caleb Williams' underwhelming performance didn't quite meet expectations. They're also trying to figure out their future with Justin Fields, and one of the things they're prioritizing is bolstering their offensive line to give him more protection, especially with rumors swirling about a potential extension for Fields. Meanwhile, the Bears are also looking at their secondary, which has struggled at times, especially in coverage. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sources suggest that the Bears might be open to trading Jaylon Johnson, a cornerback who's proven he can play at an elite level, to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant haul, especially considering Johnson's talent and the fact that he's just entering his prime. The Packers, who are currently sitting at a solid 7-3-1 and hunting for a playoff spot, could really use a corner like Johnson. Our secondary has been banged up lately, especially after Van Ness's foot injury and Reed's absence, which has made it harder to contain the league's top receivers. Johnson's addition could be exactly what we need to solidify our pass defense, especially against divisional rivals and playoff contenders. Let's talk about Johnson himself. Drafted in 2020, he's been a consistent performer, bringing intensity and shutdown potential to the secondary. Over his 6-year career, he's accumulated 180 solo tackles, 60 assists, and even managed to snag 12 interceptions, including some game-changing picks. His coverage grades are consistently high, with an average of 89.5, and he's allowed very minimal YAC, just 4 yards per reception, making him a nightmare for opposing receivers. When you look at his 2025 stats, they're even more impressive. In 11 games, he racked up 28 solo tackles, 10 assists, and 2 interceptions, along with 45 yards returned from those picks. His PFF grade for the season was an outstanding 85.2, and he's been a key piece in the Bears' pass defense, which has actually improved by about 12% this year, lowering completion percentages against to just 58.4%. Johnson is the kind of player who can erase top receivers, acting like an eclipse on the field, covering them tightly, shutting down routes, and forcing quarterbacks to make tough throws. But why would the Bears let him go? Well, it's partly about cap space. They're looking at about $14 million in available cap, but with a looming sweat deal and the need to address other positions, especially wide receiver and edge rushers, they might see trading Johnson as a way to free up some funds and draft capital. Plus, they're losing their CB1, and their pass yards allowed have increased by roughly 18%, from about 210 yards a game to over 240. That's a clear sign that their secondary needs an overhaul, and given the market, Johnson is a prime trade target for teams looking to bolster their secondary depth. For the Packers, acquiring Johnson would be huge. Imagine him lining up alongside Alexander, 2 lockdown corners who could really elevate our pass defense. With Johnson on the field, projections suggest we could see around 10 interceptions total, up from the 9 we currently have, and a significant boost in coverage efficiency, potentially increasing EPA per pass thrown against us by around 20%. He would reduce big plays allowed, bringing that number down from about 11 per game to closer to 8 or 9, which is vital in tight playoff games. His presence could also help us control third-down conversions, especially against high-powered offenses, decreasing them by roughly 16%, which is a huge advantage in close matchups. Now, let's consider the strategic fit. Johnson's ability to shadow top receivers, like Jefferson or other elite WRs, would give us a real edge. Plus, he's a versatile player, capable of playing man coverage almost exclusively, which fits perfectly with our defensive schemes. His impact wouldn't just be in coverage. His aggressive play and ability to force turnovers could be the difference-maker in critical moments. And with Jordan Love leading our offense, turning the ball over less and capitalizing on opportunities, like a player who can tip the scales in our favor, becomes even more valuable. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could also boost our chances for the Super Bowl. The odds for the Packers winning the title have been hovering around plus 900, but could tighten up to plus 600 if we make calculated upgrades like this. It's reminiscent of what the Dolphins experienced after acquiring Certain. When a team invests in elite talent, the confidence and performance skyrocket. The NFL is all about those key moments, and adding a player like Johnson could be the clutch factor we need late in the season. Of course, there's always a risk. Trading draft picks for a veteran cornerback isn't without its pitfalls. What if Johnson gets injured or doesn't fit seamlessly into our scheme? But given his track record and current form, he's a high-upside move that could elevate our entire secondary, and by extension, our entire team. Plus, with our division rivals like the Vikings and Lions also making moves, we need to stay aggressive if we want to dominate the NFC North and secure a top seed in the playoffs. In the end, this isn't just about one player. It's about the vision for the Packers moving forward. If we can lock down the secondary with a player of Johnson's caliber, we're not just competing, we're setting ourselves up for a sustained dominance. The Packers have a rich history of building through smart moves and strategic trades, and this could be the next chapter in that story. Imagine a defense that's almost impenetrable, forcing turnovers, and making it impossible for quarterbacks to find open receivers. That's the kind of legacy we're aiming for, and Johnson might just be the piece that takes us there. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Packers fans? Is this a move you'd like to see happen? Do you believe Johnson's addition could be the spark we need to push for another Super Bowl? The NFL season is unpredictable, but one thing is for sure. If the Packers manage to pull this off, it could be a game changer. The division will be shaken up, and our path to another Lombardi Trophy could get a lot clearer. We're talking about a team that's already competitive, now gaining a player who could elevate us to elite status. The NFC North is heating up, and with rumors like this circulating, the stakes have never been higher. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Whether it's trades, injuries, or game previews, we're here to keep you in the loop. Let's keep the passion alive and continue supporting our team through every twist and turn of this exciting season. Go Pack, go!